This presentation is for educational purposes only. American IRA, headquartered in Sioux Falls, South Dakota, is a neutral third-party administrator on behalf of the custodian New Vision Trust Company, a state-chartered trust company based in South Dakota also, and does not offer investment advice or endorsements. We are not responsible for statements made by others, and references to we and us refer to American IRA only. We encourage you to do your own due diligence and consult with qualified professionals before making any investment decisions. All right, welcome once again, everyone. Happy Wednesday. It's only, for most of us, 2 days into the work week, and after this, we've only got 2 more to go. So the weekend is almost here, folks. But other than Thanksgiving and Christmas popping up in the future, this is one of the last holidays that we really get to enjoy some of that long weekend off. I hope everyone enjoyed that 15-minute long summer that we had. We wait for it so long, and then it's almost like the birthday or the wedding. The gift's over, and the ceremony's over, and that's it. It's time to go do something else, and this is the something else, and we're really excited for it today. I'm Kyle Moody. I'm with the business development team at American IRA, and we are so privileged to have all of you here today to learning from one of our great guests that we like to have come back and talk to everyone from time to time, a wealth of knowledge on this. I want to introduce Charlie Wessel, who is the founder and principal of Cordell Capital, and hopefully he's going to tell us a little bit about where that name came from, how he titled his company. I actually learned about that on a podcast we did not too long ago, and I always say in this business, in a lot of businesses, everything is all about the relationships, and Charlie and his company and his clients we've developed business relationships over the years. But even after all these years, it was the first time that I learned where the company name came from. So Charlie's going to be talking to us about what it's like to invest in a private entity with your self-directed IRA. As the disclaimer you heard earlier, you're always encouraged to get information from your trusted professionals, as I can't give you any advice or suggestions, opinions on this, but the one thing we can do is increase your education, your information, so that you can go forward with your informed minds and decisions to meet your investment objectives. And with that, I'm going to turn it over to Charlie, who is going to enlighten us, enrich our minds in the investments into private equities by using your self-directed IRA. So Charlie, once again, we're glad that you're here. Thanks for joining us for a little bit today.
Might take a little longer than the 30 minutes to enlighten everybody's minds on it. Yeah, Kyle, good to see you, man. Good to be here. Thanks for having me on again. I really appreciate it. Something I didn't get to tell you before the show started was I'm also like sick as a dog right now. So if I have to take a sip of water, guys, please excuse me. I've been sick for like a week. Can't shake it. I have no idea. But
I tell you what, man, if being sick still makes you look this good, then I tell you, then I want what you got, buddy. So
hey, listen,
anyway,
man,
no,
work has to go on, man. So
that's
I
right.
still gotta get up and hit the office. Even
Yeah,
though today
absolutely.
I'm actually doing it from my house. We're having fiber run to our office today. So it's
Gotcha.
Internet's down there. It's been a mess. But anyways, yeah. Thanks
Hey,
for having
whatever
me
it
on,
takes, right?
man.
Yeah.
And yeah, whatever it takes, man. We gotta, grind through it. So Cordell Capital, you mentioned the name. It is my grandmother's name. We called her Dell. And the way that she handled her money, I mean, they grew up in the Depression, her and my grandfather. And when she passed away in her 90s, she lived like a pauper. I mean, her whole life, they drove from Florence, South Carolina to Sumter to go buy groceries at the commissary to save money every month. And my grandfather had a really good job. He was in sales. But yeah, so they just penny pinched everything. And when she died, they left the family a bunch of money. So I was like, you know what? That's the kind of conservative effort financially we want to make with our investors' capital. I mean, we don't take it lightly that people invest their money that they've been saving their whole lives to, have us be a steward of that money, and we want to be a good steward of other people's money, our money. We're very conservative in that aspect. So we just get, the good thing about it is we get to cherry pick deals because we don't have to do deals. I got a fly flying around. We don't have to do deals in order to make a living. I mean, we've made a living, so that's the good thing about that is that we're just cherry picking deals to bring investor capital to. Kyle, can you hear me?
Sorry about that. Yeah, no, really appreciate that. It's always great to have, the background on where something comes from, who folks are going to be investing with. And, just like when someone goes online and signs up with something with our company, and then I call them a few minutes later, they'll say, "Wow, I didn't expect." I didn't. I may have maybe expected a robot call or something like that, but I didn't expect a real person to call me. And one of my things is that, well, hey, we're real people over here on this side of technology, and so I think that these sessions that we have for folks and getting to see the people who have been colleagues of our company and of the business, and really just kind of not only hearing the business side of things, but where everybody all came from. It's great in developing that relationship so that who you're actually going to be doing business with us. So thanks for giving us a few minutes of that, and we're looking forward to the presentation.
Absolutely, yeah. You guys, I mean, we can cut it on Colden if you have it up and available. Yeah, I mean, relationships is such a huge part of our business. I mean, people have to. They say, in our business, know, like, and trust you. Well, I take that to heart. I really do. So we try to get to know our investors. Um, you know, we spend time with them on Zoom calls and on the phone and make sure they're all comfortable with everything. We want to make sure they understand everything that they're putting their hard-earned money into. Um, so, anyways, today's presentation, Beyond the Markets, Passive Income Strategies for SDIRA Investors in Uncertain Times. I'd say the past few years have been a little uncertain. We've had some pretty big ups, we've had some pretty big downs. But this is just a way to, control and, cash flow and confidence in your retirement portfolio. So, this is our disclaimer. This is for educational purposes only. I'm not a lawyer, not a CPA. I'm not a licensed financial advisor. We do investments and invite our friends and family and people that we know and others to join us. Um, but investors are responsible for understanding the rules, regulations governing SDIRA investments, including prohibited transactions. I could read this whole thing, but I'm sure we'll send this all out to you in this form as well. This presentation will be available to everybody here on the call, and I'm sure if they want to send it to anybody else on their list, they can. I'm Charlie Wessel. Started in commercial real estate about 2006 as a general contractor. And that's where I saw, the guys that I was working for building commercial spaces and stuff like that. We were making these guys a lot of money, and they were making a lot of money in rents and everything else. And, so that's what really piqued my interest. So, we've been actively investing since 2016. Cordell Capital, our mission is to help investors access carefully vetted private equity opportunities with a conservative yet high performing approach to building long term wealth. We want to offer this up to the masses. Now, you do have to be an accredited investor to be in some of our deals, but we can, if anybody is a non accredited investor, um, we can certainly point you in the right direction on some guys that do this for them as well. Um, but yeah, beyond all that, I've been blessed. My wife, Carol, we've been married 24. It'll be 24 years this October. I have a 16-year-old son and twin 12-year-old girls. Um, so yeah, and like it says, what sets us apart really is just our unwavering commitment to our investors. We don't just offer opportunities; we offer guidance. We want complete transparency in everything, from the fees to what's going on at the properties. With our email updates that we send to all our investors, just the kind of support that empowers you to make confident, informed decisions, whether you're an accredited investor or non-accredited investor. Like I said, we have had deals in the past where we were able to accept non-accredited investors as well. Um, but right now, our deals, the couple of deals we have going on, are for accredited investors. And if you need to know what that is, I mean, you can always book a call. We can talk about it. Most people with a self-directed IRA, they're looking for their retirement to grow, and if they have money that they've been setting aside their whole lives, more than likely they are a accredited investor. Um, Today we manage just over 163 million in assets under management. We have over 1,000 doors of multifamily units. We have a 30,000 square foot medical office, 70 short-term rentals. We also have a debt validation fund it's more on the private equity side, where we're investing that money into a company. Um, we also have a hotel in Tahoe. It's not on there as well. Logan Decker, who is not able to make it today. He is our new head of investor relations. Um, he was born and raised in Greensboro, North Carolina. I'm based out of Charleston, South Carolina. I don't know if the last slide said that or not, but that's where we are. And he lives here now. He was a graduate of Appalachian State. Background in ministry, he was a youth minister for years, and then a bank hired him to do commercial lending here in Charleston. So they moved to Charleston from Nashville, Tennessee. Him and his wife, and they're just a great couple, great people. They have good, morals and values, and that's really what I look for when I'm hiring somebody. So what he brings to the team: strong relationship building skills. Like, he's very friendly, he's very approachable to all of our investors. Very clear, effective communicator. Like I said, we like to be transparent in everything that we do. Um, so he's also skilled at guiding you guys to understanding their goals, and seeing how y'all's goals and our target performances are lining up with the investments that we offer. So traditional investing, you guys wouldn't have a self-directed IRA if you guys didn't feel this way. So I mean, it just feels broken. Market corrections, inflation, uncertainty, eroding confidence. Traditional portfolios are heavily tied to Wall Street, and the set it and forget it, it just doesn't work anymore. Even though 98% of America probably still just goes to their financial advisor in one of the big firms, and it's just kind of growing very slowly. It jumps up, it jumps down, jumps back up a little bit, but it didn't really get where it was, and yeah, people are just tired of that. They want some more traditional. I say traditional, but what we do, investing in real estate and other hard assets like that, that should be traditional. I mean, this dates back to the caveman, going and renting a cave to his buddy for a leg of a antelope or whatever. I mean, this is much older than the stock market. So, unlocking the full power of your retirement account, um, like I said, most investors, they hardly tap into their retirement account because it's all just set it and forget it with a big firm. Self-directed IRAs, and how Kyle and those guys help you guys out with being the custodian And that it just opens the door to so many different investment opportunities that are out there. I mean, I know there are some restrictions to that, and you'd have to talk to Kyle or somebody else about that. But there's just so many other opportunities now to invest in. It gives you more control, diversification, and doing all this in that tax advantaged account. So yeah, it's about building smarter, more resilient wealth with your retirement account so you can enjoy it later, pass it on to your children, pass it on to, grandchildren or whoever else you want to leave it to. Recession resistant investments. I mean, real estate assets backed by demand. Some of our office buildings, the medical office buildings. We have an office building that I'll show you here in a second that's just full of lawyers. It's right across the street from a huge county courthouse. So, I mean, that's the demand backed real estate asset. Um, it's recession resistant, really. I mean, there's always going to be a need for medical, there's always going to be a need for lawyers, unfortunately. But yeah, so yeah, it's got low correlation to the stock market, durable through your economic cycles that we go through. Been going through a few of them here over the past several years. So this is the deal that we have right now that we're offering up right now. It's a land title building. It's right downtown Birmingham, Alabama, and we're raising $1.57 million for this deal. It's a historic building. You see it right down here on the pictures. Beautiful big columns. It's right across the street from the Birmingham County Courthouse, and it's just chock full of lawyers. So it's a really good deal. Right now, we just had somebody move out, so it's like at 85% occupied, but we feeling pretty confident dealing with the leasing agents that we're dealing with that'll get leased up pretty quickly. 8% preferred return on that. Projection is 16% IRR with a 55% loan to value on this deal. So I mean, it's very conservative. We're not just leveraging the crap out of this deal. It's yeah. Good more. All right, let me see here. All right. So why choose the land title building? The interest rate on it was 6.65. It's a fixed rate, 30-year AM on this building. The facility, like I said, it's 84.5% leased up with legal, financial, and professional tenants. Investors will get bonus depreciation for 2025. Cash on cash returns start strong and they accelerate quickly. They start around 6.5% first year and grow every year after that. We have a 5-year business plan with a projected equity multiple of 1.8 to 2 times your money. We try to hit that double your money on 5-year mark conservatively. We try to underwrite that conservatively. This is our 10-year pro forma. You may be able to see down at the bottom, 6.5%. 6.5% cash on cash is where it starts. And then it goes up from there, jumps up pretty good from there. But yeah, like I said, this will be passed on. This presentation will be passed on, so you guys can check this out, and we'll feel free to set up an appointment. We can email you over all this information. We can email you over all the information that we have for the land title building. We have a whole portal that you guys can log into to see the investment docs. There's a slew of investment documentation on this. Yeah, and the portal is also where you would invest into, and you can see all your returns. It tracks all your returns as well as all the monthly email updates. I feel like I'm about to lose my voice here. Being sick is no fun at all. So anyway, that's the presentation, guys. There's a QR code here if you'd like to book a call with me. Otherwise, there's my cell phone number down there, 843-200-9552. Or you can send me an email, charlie@cordellcapital.com, and we can walk you through all the information that we presented here, as well as some of our past deals. We can talk about whatever you guys like to talk about. So look forward to hearing from you.
Thanks so much, Charlie. Always great to get that information. And always remember that you can visit our website at American IRA to listen to this and other webinars. You can find anything from our podcast series, also any of our blog series on there. Feel free to read and educate yourselves as much as possible. Charlie, we greatly appreciate having you as always.
Thanks, buddy. I appreciate you having me, Kyle. Thanks so much, man.
Once again, I'm Kyle Moody with American IRA. We thank you again, and we will see you again on another installment of IRA Cafe, hosted by American IRA.